Because I'm with you through thick and thin, whatever trouble you are in. I don't care whatever you do, just know that I love you. Oh, whoa. Oh, I love you. Well, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Smokin Joe show. This is episode 29. I've done this this is my 29th time doing this, which is very fun. If you're watching live here on the internet, please No? Is the mic on?
I mean, I have sound coming here.
Just dancing. There we go. Yeah? Okay. Anyway, what I just said was please share, please subscribe, and then vote for me for FlowFest. There was a fun little graphic over here.
Please share.
Please share. Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
And then vote for me for FlowFest, because basically all I said was that it'd be great to go to Hawaii finally and hang out with the Harmony Aloha tribe out there. And also, Minnesota isn't the most fun in February, so a trip out to Hawaii would be sweet. I'd love to go play my tunes out at Flow Festival. So you can vote once a day per email every day until December 28th. So, quick version. That's what that was. But without any further ado, let's get into my big old weekend get down. What's getting down around town this weekend? And as some of you may have seen my post already, today is Tom York Day. Tom York is back in Minneapolis for the first time in 21 years. Radiohead is my favorite band of all time, and I'm so excited. That's why this show is an hour early, because I'm going to jet out of here and go see Tom York at the Northrop Auditorium, playing some from Tomorrow's Modern Boxes and with special guest Oliver Coates. It's going to be great. Moving on, happening right now down in Edina at IPR Studios. There's the Big Show, 360 Degrees, featuring Mae Simpson, and that's happening right now. So if you want to run on over or keep an eye out for all the cool Romer Dome stuff going on at the IPR Studios, Romer Dome Season 4 is happening there. Tonight, where you can find me after Tom York, is hanging out with my best friend Bobby Patrick at Gluck's. It's a free show, and it goes until 1:30, so, a good late night party time with the Bob Pat Band at Gluck's. It is free. 9 p.m. is when it starts. Let's see. Okay, sweet. And then, let's see, Space Monkey Mafia, Paper Parlor, North Shore Summit, and Splimit are all playing in Duluth at the Red Herring tomorrow. Doors are at 8:30. It's only $5, 21 plus. So if you're in Duluth or want to take a little trip, I suggest going up there. It's a good mix of music. You got some rock, you got some ska, you got some folk alternative stuff. It's going to be great. Also, a little bit north in St. Cloud, there is Cypher Circus, Goop City, Flow State, King Cadabra at Keller Bar. It's Keller Bar in St. Cloud, 21 plus, no cover. It's electro, it's hip hop, it's trip hop. There's alt acoustic, and freestyle. People are invited to come freestyle and more. That's all at Keller Bar in St. Cloud. Staying in town in Minneapolis, we have Chad Erickson and the Untimely are playing at May Slacks. And there's a couple of good friends of ours. Chad even helped us out with the merch booth at Galactic Get Down. So his band, Chad Erickson and the Untimely, will be playing at May Slacks with July Fighter tomorrow night, 9 p.m., 21 plus. Also happening in town, Built to Last Holiday Hoist! Hoodfellas play the album Hoist by Fish, featuring Olivia Quintanilla, Karen and John Kozak, Bobby J, and Maxophone are all in that band. And special guest Bigfoot County, that's Tim Booth's band, and they'll have Max Graham with them. So if you want to hang with the homies tomorrow night, Built to Last Holiday Hoist down at the Hook and Ladder. Saturday, John Lewis and They Self are playing at the Warming House in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That starts at 8 p.m. And then Saturday in St. Cloud, if you just want to hang out in St. Cloud, you go Friday for the Goop City thing, and then Saturday, Space Monkey Mafia, Splimit, and then one of my favorite band names ever, Chairman Chair and the Chairmen. And Hanging from the Floor are all playing Saturday, December 8th at the Nest in St. Cloud, 21 plus, 9 p.m., and cover is $5. Saturday in town, we have Mae Simpson concluding their residency at Gluck's downtown. So, whether you want to live in St. Cloud for these shows or hang out at Gluck's all weekend, it's 9 p.m., no cover, 21 plus, and this is a special holiday donation drive going on for Toys for Tots at Mae Simpson's show. And the most needed items items they need the most are shelf-safe food items, specialty diet foods for infants and elderly, personal products, that's like toothpaste, soap, deodorant, shampoo, cleaning products, laundry detergent, kitchen, soap, all the soap, and toys for Tots. For their generous donation, their gift to you will be a beer and a bump sponsored by Summit Brewing Company and Jameson. So you bring something to donate, you get a Summit beer and a shot of Jameson. Seems like a pretty good deal. And that's Saturday at Gluck's downtown. Next weekend, we have the revival of Snowball. It's been gone for a few years, but I'll be there. Wookiefoot, Jon Wayne the Pain, Heatbox, Smokin Joe, The Limbs, all at Lutsen Mountain. That is December 14th and 15th next weekend at Papa Charlie's and the Summit Chalet. Doors are at 8, music's at 9, except on Saturday during the day. We're going to be playing up for all the skeeters. So if you haven't got your tickets or lodging, check out Snowball. It's the conclusion of the Wookiefoot 20-year anniversary year. They've been celebrating it all year, and this will be the last event of the year for them. Also not too far away is the biggest and most awesome hotel party you've ever heard of, Hotel Minnesota, featuring the Schwag and a bunch of question marks, and I don't even know who it is. DJ abilities featuring Carnage Executioner, Heatbox will be there, Down Low, Deploy, Dead Larry, Mae Simpson, Space Monkey Mafia, the list goes on. And Galactic Get Down is going to have our way with one of the big conference rooms there. We're going to have a Galactic Get Down lounge and theater where you can come, you can chill out, we'll listen to music, we'll have lights, comfy place to hang, we're going to show some movies. It's going to be great. All sci-fi themed, of course. So make sure to check out Hotel Minnesota. Tickets to the shows are cheap. It's really close to Minneapolis, and I think hotel rooms for the whole weekend are like $175. And if you really think about it, per night, that's not very much for this awesome party. So make sure to check that out and buy your tickets now. Later on this month, possibly, or maybe not till January, I'm still working out all the details, but we're going to be doing a live studio audience version of the Smokin Joe show at the Hook and Ladder. We're going to have seats, like a theater. You can watch the show being created, and you can laugh, and I'll hear in the laugh track. You can not laugh, and that'll be embarrassing for me. But either way, we're going to do it live on stage in front of people the last Thursday of every month coming up here real soon. We're we're partnering with Hook and Ladder. Now, I believe the moment that a lot of you are waiting for is the big Galactic Get Down announcement. Now, I'm sure a lot of you hope we're just going to tell you the entire lineup right now, but that's not what's happening. All we have to tell you right now is that the Galactic Get Down will be July 18th through the 20th, 2019. That is a little earlier, a couple weeks earlier than last year, but we decided to make it this weekend because July 20th, 2019 is the 50-year anniversary of the moon landing. So we're going to have a very, yay, man on the moon. 50 years we've been going to the moon, and we're going to celebrate it Galactic Get Down style. It's going to be a moon-themed festival, so lots of moons, lots of moon themes. Just get ready for a lot of moon jokes, a lot of moon pictures.
Bring your moon boots.
Bring your moon boots and your moon posse and your moon stones.
Your red dog.
Yeah, and your wet dongs. No, they say. Lean into it. Wet dong's funny. Anyway, so Galactic Get Down, July 18th through 20th, 2019. Mark your calendars. We will not be posting this tonight. We're going to make the event and then announce it for real tomorrow morning. So if you're watching this, you learned about it here first. Yeah, I know. We can have big arguments all weekend whether they fake the moon landing or not. I don't care. It's going to, as long as we're talking about the moon and Galactic Get Down, I'm into it. And then, so we're going to go to our first video of the night, and this is Hannah Vonderhoff, but her newly branded new band, Holy Hannah, and their very first music video, Time Machine. It's an awesome video, edited and directed by Paul Mooring, music written by Hannah Vonderhoff, and you can check out their music at www.holyhannah.club or www.hannahvonderhoff.com. And this is Time Machine.
Wish I would have stayed with you, but I couldn't find the courage. I was afraid you didn't feel it too, but I didn't need to worry. I already knew exactly what I needed to do. I didn't want to leave you, but I was wrestling with my mind. If I had only listened to my heart, the voice I have down deep inside, but now it's all said and done, and you're all I'm dwelling on. I would have done it differently. I would have tried and if I had a time machine, I'd go back
Hi.
Shredded.
We're back, and I have Sammy Danger Strings here.
Oh, yeah.
It's his real first, middle, and last name.
Very real.
Which my name were Mr. Strings. So we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play a game we played on the show before, but not for a long time, and I like to call it Good Eye. And the name of this game is, can you tell someone's goodness or badness or relative goodness or badness by just their eyes? We have a picture of famous fictional and non-fictional people, and Sammy here has to see the picture on our little screen we have here and decide if the eyes of the person are good eyes or bad eyes. And he gets extra points, which aren't real, but extra points if he guesses who it is with just the eyes. So, and then I have a little blurb about each person or fictional person. So we all learn something too. So, you ready? Ready to play?
I'm a little nervous here, Joe. I don't know how I'm going to do, but I'll give it my best.
This is your second time playing a game on the show, but this is your first
yes.
time as the extra special guest of the night.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have a fun night here. And of course, as always, Jen, we got some people yelling Sammy. Got Mike Barr yelling Sammy. Jen is already typing in all caps.
Already? Wow.
Already. She just got here. She
Off
just
to a
got home
good
from work.
start.
Anyway, so without further ado, Good Eye, number 1. Here's what we got. Good eyes or bad eyes?
I've got no clue who the hell that is, but I'm going to go with good eyes.
Good eyes. Now, see, this one, and for the first one, it's kind of relative, but in my own personal opinion, this is bad eyes. This is Christopher Columbus.
Oh, bad eyes. I agree.
He was an Italian explorer, navigator, and colonist who completed 4 voyages across the Atlantic Ocean under the auspices of the Catholic monarchs of Spain. But we all know that he wasn't the friendliest guy. He did a lot of stealing and raping and
pillaging,
lying. And I was reading about him. I also read that he actually traveled the Atlantic post-mortem. His body was carried across the ocean later afterwards. And so he lived on the ocean. So while he did a lot to make America here, I guess, but it's still, he's just not a very good.
I don't think he really did anything.
Did he not? Yeah, he didn't do that much.
Showed up.
Yeah, and if you have lots of knowledge about Christopher Columbus, please tell us in the comments. I'd love to. You guys are the knowledge. All right, moving on. Good eye, bad eye.
I'm going to say good eye, and I think that's Adam Sandler.
That's Adam Sandler. You were terrible at this game.
I'm horrible at this game. Oh, my God.
That's O.J. Simpson.
Okay.
Nicknamed The Juice. I love the Wikipedia said, he's an American former running back, broadcaster, actor, advertising spokesman, and convicted robber.
Yeah. So
Because he was never convicted
Not
of
convicted,
the
sure.
murders, which you don't make light of the victims, but it was it was pretty public.
Yeah.
So you're 0 for 2. So everybody knows Simpson. I would say good eye before the 90s.
Definitely not Adam Sandler.
Definitely not Adam Sandler. I'd say Adam Sandler would be he'd be good. He's not bad.
Yeah.
But he's kind of in the middle. He's I don't know. I don't really know his character.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Oh, God. Who the heck could that be? I mean, I've gone good eyes 3 times in a row.
You have?
I'll be honest. This is 2 times in a row, and I have no idea who that is. It's got to be a matter of time till it's good eyes, so I'm going good eyes.
You know what? You're right this time, and that's Jack Black.
Yes, okay.
So, not that you need any informing of who that is, but Jack Black is a very accomplished actor, comedian, musician, and songwriter. He's in all sorts of stuff: High Fidelity, Right Away, School of Rock. He was in that King Kong, which was decent. Tropic Thunder, he was great in, and of course, my favorite thing he's ever done, Tenacious D.
Oh, yeah.
You a big Tenacious D fan?
Yeah, I mean, they wrote the greatest song in the world.
Yeah.
And they recorded a tribute to it.
To it, not that song, but a tribute to the song.
Yeah. It's just a matter of opinion.
So you got a good eye. The first 2 were bad.
All right.
Although, it depends on who you ask, I suppose. I'm sure if you asked OJ, he'd say he was a good guy.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know him. Anyway, moving on.
Again.
This is our first cartoon.
Okay, so I know it's Bad Eyes.
Yep.
I know it's Aladdin
Yep.
from the movie.
You can see him on my laptop case right now on the screen.
I think his name is Jafar.
It is Jafar.
All right.
Jafar, one of the best bad guys. He is a fictional character who appears in Walt Disney Pictures' 31st animated film, Aladdin. Voiced by actor Jonathan Freeman in most media. But also, the Jafar of Disney's Aladdin is basically the same part as the character from the 1940 movie Thief of Baghdad, played by Conrad Veidt. So that's a little crossover. Disney, of course, borrowed certain things from the time to make their own characters. All right. So good. You got two. You got two right, two wrong. Moving on. Good eye, bad eye. Two different colored eyes.
Who the heck is that?
You'll be maybe you'll be surprised. Surprised.
I am probably very wrong here, but I'm going to say Good Eye, and I'm going to guess it's David Bowie.
It is.
Yeah!
Got it. David Bowie. David Robert Jones is his name, known professionally as David Bowie, an English singer, songwriter, and actor. He was also Jareth from Labyrinth. How I was introduced to David Bowie as a kid was Labyrinth. So there you go. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in '96. And has sold an estimated 140 million records. That's pretty crazy. 5 platinum and 9 gold.
Wow.
That's a lot of albums. All right, moving on. Obviously from the past.
Okay, I'm getting here. I haven't been super confident with my guesses, but I'm going to say Bad Eye, and it's probably not, but I'm just going to go off the wall and say Mussolini.
No, you were right. It is Bad Eyes, and that is Ed Gein.
I have no idea who Ed Gein is.
Also known as the Butcher of Plainfield, was an American murderer and body snatcher. His crimes committed around his hometown of Plainfield, Wisconsin, gathered widespread notoriety after authorities discovered that Gein had exhumed corpses from local graveyards and fashioned trophies and keepsakes from their bones and skin.
I'd say that's bad guy.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
Eyes.
Yeah, so he murdered some people and then took dead people and made trophies out of them. Not a good guy. Not a guy you want to be like.
No, don't be like him.
Don't be like Ed Gein. Be more like...
Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based on Ed Gein.
There you go. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based on Ed Gein. He died at age 77, so I think he just rotted away in prison. Or mental health facility. Anyway, moving on. So you've been right. You haven't gotten one wrong.
Well, the first two, but...
Well, the first two, but that's practice.
Those are
practice rounds. We're on number 7 now, out of 10.
I'm going to say Good Eyes. I don't know who the heck it is, but I'm going to go out on a whim.
Look like Nice Eyes.
And say... Jay-Z?
Close. He does
Will
rap.
Smith.
Will Smith. Williard is his real name. Williard Carroll Smith Jr. is an American actor and rapper. And fun fact, I know all the words to Getting Jiggy With It, and I do it at karaoke.
Nice.
Will Smith is great. Anything?
Did you ever see Bright?
Bright?
That movie that he was in where it was like modern day. But
Yeah, I
with
saw like
orcs
the
and
first half of Bright, I want to say.
It got horrible reviews, but man, I thought that movie was
You liked it?
hilarious. I actually really did like it.
I don't know. It was
John's unsure about it.
Well, my favorite part was the line when they're in a gunfight in a strip club. It's like, we're going to die here right now like this. We're going to gunfight titty bar die.
Gunfight titty bar die. Did
Yeah.
Will Smith say it?
Yes, Will
Yeah.
Smith said it.
The only thing I'm surprised he did, the only thing that I would say Will Smith shouldn't have done was the Justice League or whatever part he played in that. It's like, and there's Will Smith doing something. It was so random, so weird. All right, now, next, following our Galactic Get Down theme.
Neil Armstrong, Good Eyes.
That's what it is. It's
Oh, yeah.
Neil Armstrong. You knew that, but not Will Smith. That's so funny. Was an American astronaut and aeronautical engineer who was also the first person to walk on the moon. They didn't fake it. He walked on the moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my stance. Argue with me. It boosts the ratings.
Yeah.
If you want to argue with us, it's got to be at Galactic.
Yeah, argue with us
Oh, yeah.
at Galactic Get Down 2019, July 18th through the 20th.
Pre-sale tickets available.
Pre-sale tickets available Monday. We'll tell you all about it tomorrow, but those of you watch right now, pre-sale tickets, no lineup, early bird tickets. You know you want to go no matter what. Those are available on Monday. Anyway, number 9.
Okay. I'm going to say Bad Eyes.
Yeah.
And I got no idea who it is. I don't know. Looks like based on the hair and the pretty boy kind of aspect I'm getting right now, I'm going to guess he's from like Twilight or something.
He could have easily been in Twilight. That is Joffrey Lannister from Game of Thrones, one of the most hated characters on television in recent history. I don't want to spoil too much for those of you who haven't watched Game of Thrones, but he is the son. He's a huge dick. He's an asshole. He murders people. He tortures people. He's not a good guy. I won't say any more if you're ever planning on watching it.
Oh, definitely am.
But Joffrey Lannister, you'll hate him if you don't know. If you don't know him yet, I bet people will agree. Yeah. It's that guy from Game of Thrones. Yep, Emily Anderson, you got Joffrey correct. All right, so you got all the good and bad right. You got a bunch of extra points. And this is the final. And this one, this one is special. You go.
Santa Claus.
That
Good
is,
Eyes.
in fact, Santa Claus.
Aww.
And if you are a fan of Santa, it is Good Eyes. I'd say it's up to you. Some people have huge problems with Santa, but it's a holiday. We're approaching the holiday, and I thought, hey, let's throw Santa Claus, also known as Saint Nicholas, Kris Kringle, Father Christmas, or simply Santa. He is a legendary figure originating in Western Christian culture who is said to bring gifts into the homes of well-behaved, good or nice children on Christmas Eve.
You know, he actually recently was Facebook messaging me, Santa Claus that is, and he told me that he has actually recently gone vegan. So leave out flax milk and dairy-free and egg-free cookies from this year, guys.
What about almond milk?
I like I don't get almond milk that often just because most of the almonds are coming from California.
Right, yeah, that's the only problem. That's the only problem with almond milk. It
Yeah.
tastes great. It's great. I love it. But the almond problem in California, that is a serious problem.
Yeah.
All you Californians out there, there's probably one of you someday. Well, Brooke lives in California. She could watch this someday. So yeah, and then so that concludes Good Eye, Bad Eye, Santa Claus. You did very well. You did very well.
You.
You did a good job.
I feel like I passed.
You did.
Flying
But
colors.
it's hard to tell people by just their eyes, and that's the idea behind. Sometimes you think O.J. Simpson is what'd you say? Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
That's close.
That's pretty close.
Adam
yeah.
Sandler, OJ, same thing. So I asked my guests always before the show to pick some music videos they really like or things they have coming up, and then Sammy gave me a couple videos. One we'd already played. That was a May Simpson video. We played a couple of those, so don't worry, May, we still love you. But he picked a Jon Wayne The Pain video called Extended Family, and this is from 2012. So we're throwing it back. So is this like when you first started listening to Jon Wayne and the Pain?
First heard Jon Wayne and the Pain in 2010. My first time to Harmony Park was the last ever Harvest Fest.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. And Jon Wayne, dear friend of mine, he's on tour a lot this month. He's back from Thailand, so make sure to go check him out. But he'll also be at Snowball, where I will be next weekend. So, hey, just get as much JWP as you can, festival friends. Woo! Hey, we're back and ready to
shred.
To shred it.
We're shreddy.
With words. We're gonna word shred, and then at the end of the interview, we're gonna show you preview. We're gonna listen to, and maybe comment on Sammy's new Christmas single, "Burning Down Christmas,"
Oh yeah.
which is available for download at a pay what you want price.
Exactly.
Which is very kind. So I would say $30 a song is pretty.
50,
pretty standard.
if you're
You know how much
stingy,
you pay for
but-
music? It's pretty expensive these days, right? No way, it'd just all be free.
Yeah.
How would musicians make a living if it was all the music was free?
We have other jobs.
Other jobs, advertising. So we'll dig right in. I have a list of questions where you can follow them or not. But where did your love for music come from, and were there any specific people in your life that turned you on to music?
So the first time I really remember falling in love with music, Joe, was when I was 4 years old and the Rugrats movie had come out, and I had the cassette tape. And I would listen to the cassette tape with headphones on, and I'd be singing at the top of my lungs, and I didn't think anybody could hear me because I couldn't hear myself. I was wrong about that. But eventually, I guess the two most influential people for my music would be my mother for my talent. She's a very talented singer, songwriter, flautist. And my father, who I get my taste from, used to be a DJ at his college station in the 70s.
Oh, nice.
So he took
Like
me...
when DJs were real.
Yeah. And he took me to my first concert ever when I was 13, which was Green Day. And that's what really got me interested in playing music.
Yeah, and the punk rock stayed.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think so many musicians. Punk rock is such a starting point. It's such like it's especially if you're young. It's like angry, it's angsty, but it's also pretty easy to play. Mm-hmm. Like the basics of it. Obviously, it gets more.
And it makes you feel like somebody else can relate to you too.
$420, $47.50. Yeah, pay $420 for his new single, dude.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Help pay his rent. He's a nice guy. Let's see. I see you started playing instruments from a young age, and I think we have some pictures, ranging from guitar, bass, and even banjo.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. That's you. I had similar hair. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Actually, that one with the second top on the left, that's my little brother.
Oh, that's your little brother?
Yeah, that's little Davey.
You look similar.
Yeah, we do. But yeah, started playing instruments when I was 13, and just kind of started picking up different things and teaching myself. So never took
What's your
lessons.
favorite instrument?
It's probably toss-up between, probably guitar because that's what I'm best at, but also bass just because I don't play it in a band, so anytime I play it, it's just nothing but fun,
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
seem
get
like
that.
work or anything.
Bass is the best because it's like you can play rhythm but with notes.
Yeah.
Everyone, Spoot wants to come say hi. This is Spoot.
What's up, Spoot?
My kitty. He's a little old, rickety kitty, but he's a wonderful little guy. Gandalf was on the show last year, so here's Spoot Dog. SPOOTDOGZ.
Spoot dog.
Spoot Dog. Oh yeah, we're not drinking Schmidt over here. We're drinking off-brand LaCroix from Aldi.
Yeah, Joe told me, you can go grab a LaCroix in the fridge, and I come back and I'm like, what the hell is this
What
shit?
is this?
This ain't LaCroix, this is a ripoff.
Did you read my writer?
Just kidding.
All right, let's see. What genre of music is your favorite? Did it, or wait, I don't know what this is reference to, but did it influence your style at all? and then you've gone through a lot of hairstyles.
Yeah, so punk has definitely always been my favorite kind of music, and it started, with pop punk naturally.
Yeah, Sum 41.
Yeah, Green Day,
Blink-182.
Good Charlotte.
Good Charlotte. How did I get in there?
But yeah, it kind of evolved, and I started finding other bands like, Operation Ivy and Rancid and Suicide Machines, and then I started getting into the ska punk, and eventually started getting into more reggae punk when I started going to Harmony Park, hearing about Wookie Foot, Jon Wayne and the Pain, and that's when I kind of started getting more involved with the local scene. But hairstyles have been crazy, different colors.
I think we flashed by that picture. There it is.
All over the place.
Nice. I had short blue hair and pink hair that I would twist into look like Chester Bennington from Linkin Park.
Yeah.
And I had like the glasses, and they were like half rimmed glasses. I had the hair, and I idolized him, which apparently wasn't a very good idea. But
yeah.
And then you how many tattoos do you have?
I've got 13 tattoos. I actually had to count that on my drive over here. I'm like,
there you go.
Yep, I got 13 tattoos.
There's
The
9
one
of
on my
them.
chest was the first one.
Your chest was your first one?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Was it very painful?
It wasn't, actually. I personally find the fleshier areas, like my hip,
Yeah.
that was the worst, by far.
You got Zelda, or Link, obviously, but from the game Zelda. I know
Yep.
who that is. Don't worry, everyone.
Yeah. Couple Legend of Zelda
Couple
tattoos.
Zeldas, yeah.
And yeah, I really love the shredded tattoo. But also, give a little shout out to my artists over at Northeast Tattoo and Laser Fadeaway.
In Minneapolis?
Yes. So they've got actually a couple of fellow vegan tattoo artists. So if you are vegan and listening, not all tattoo ink is vegan. Some of it is using animal products. So
Really?
If you do want some vegan tattoo artists,
Oh man, that shit goes deep.
Yeah,
I mean, not.
it does.
That's funny.
It
but,
does.
But actually, hold on. You just segued right into my next question. Also saw, and by I mean my wife wrote these questions. I also saw while going through your photos, which she did, that you were vegan before it became the newest healthy trend. What is it about veganism that speaks to you?
Well, I first became vegetarian when I was 16 and eventually vegan when I was 20, which is where you see me protesting right there with my one and only self. That was outside the Catholic church and school that I went to when they were having a fish fry. Saying you're giving up meat on Fridays during Lent. Fish is meat.
Oh yeah, but they don't count it because
Yeah.
it's
I'm
fish.
lazy, but whatever. But yeah, so for veganism, for me, what's important about it was originally my love of animals, and I was very kind of self-destructive when I first got into it. Not very health conscious.
Right.
Smoked a lot of cigarettes, and just didn't really care about my body. But when I saw what went on into making this nicely packaged, slab of meat. And saw the footage that goes on behind the scenes, I could never bring myself to eat it again from that moment on.
I wish it was that strong of a feeling sometimes, because I've seen the footage. I mean, I've watched the documentaries, and I was vegan for a good 8 months, but it just, it faded, I guess. Maybe I have to keep revisiting.
Well, and another thing is I feel like a lot of people with veganism, they don't make the connection for empathy towards the animals first. That was kind of weird, what kind of was weird for me compared to most. I feel like most people start becoming, more plant-based for health reasons and environmental reasons.
Yeah.
But when you start to realize, okay, I don't need to drink cow's milk to get big, strong bones. I don't need to eat a steak to get my protein. Actually, there's a lot better, more efficient plant-based sources for that. Then you kind of realize, this isn't just a necessary evil. It's actually very unnecessary. And when you realize you don't have to be doing this to be healthy, and you can actually be very environmentally friendly by not doing it, then the compassion for animals kind of clicks a little bit more for people. But at least my experience is seeing people.
Yeah, I mean, and you've been vegan for I don't know how old are you?
26. I've been vegetarian for 10 years, vegan for 6 years.
For 6 years.
Yeah.
And pretty strict as it sounds of it.
Oh yeah.
Because I definitely know vegans that are less strict when it comes to things like tattooing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They may not even look into it.
Yeah, well,
You know
and
what I
a lot of people, if you're thinking about becoming vegan, don't discourage yourself. a lot of people do it overnight, and that's great, but it's always an evolutionary process for people. You'll learn more and more things, like how palm oil is destructive to the planet still and is killing all the orangutans. Stuff like that you learn to avoid. So don't beat yourself up about it if you're transitioning, if you're learning, because I didn't always know about the vegan tattoo thing either.
Yeah.
So
Well, you can't blame yourself for just pure, like, literal ignorance. Like,
Exactly.
You can't know everything.
Exactly.
It's impossible. All right, let's see. More questions. It seems that becoming vegan may have helped you develop a better sense of meal prep. What are some of the main food staples you eat and snacks you snack on to ensure you're getting all the proper nutrients and calories? That's a good question, because I never know what to snack on. It's not. I mean, it's so easy to just microwave something very unhealthy as opposed to, like, preparing.
Oh, yeah.
And this is food you've made? All the food? All this is food?
Bunch of different food that I've made, some of it healthier than others. One of my favorite staples is my mac and cheese bake or my mac and cheese bake stuffed crust pizza. No dairy in it, but trust me, the people that have tried it have said it's fucking awesome.
What do they make vegan cheese out of? Do you know?
It depends on the brand. Some brands make it really simple, like just cashews soaked in water overnight, and they blend that up with maybe some herbs and spices and salt and pepper. And then others do like more coconut oil, coconut milk kind of base, and then obviously there's some with different preservatives and different chemicals in. But again, I like to urge people to remember, just because it looks like something you can't necessarily pronounce on the label doesn't always mean it's bad for you. It definitely can, but some preservatives, some chemicals, some stuff like that are not really as bad.
Yeah, and I have feelings about GMOs, and in the broad term, what I mean. I so many opinions, and there's so many ways to approach those sort of situations. You know what I mean? Mostly, I don't have too much to argue to back my argument, because I don't know a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of eating healthy, it's kind of it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Try and eat fresh as often as you can.
Oh yeah, and for example, I guess for today, I've got a very busy day. So very busy day. Wake up, go pick up my friend Rhiannon. Shout out.
Hi,
Give
Rhiannon.
her a ride to work because she needs it. And then go to work, and then come right over here after I drop Rhiannon off. So meals for today consisted of a veggie dog for breakfast.
Did you make the veggie dog, or was it like a pre-made veggie dog?
Pre-made veggie dog, although it's actually not that hard to make your own at home.
Right.
I share some recipes and stuff like that on my page if anybody ever wants to check it out. Sammy Danger Strings.
Like
But also, when I'm at work, I work at a desk, so I realize, there were times where I ate heavy lunches, bunch of rice and curry, stuff like that. But sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day, you don't need that much. So
right.
Today, literally what my lunch was a half of a watermelon that I just ate with a spoon, a grapefruit, a pomegranate, and a couple pieces of toast, and I just snacked on that throughout the whole day.
Nice. I know a guy who could eat a whole watermelon. Schwa.
Oh man.
He did. He ate a whole watermelon. I heard about it the next day. Just couldn't stop.
Just couldn't stop.
All right. Vegan wise, we're going to shift topics. Is there anything else you want to talk about veganism? I know you're a vegan advocate.
I guess one last thing I would like to say, especially for those living in the Twin Cities, and I try to say this as often as I can on social media, if you are piquing an interest in it, you want to know more, you want to give it a shot, you want to go vegetarian, you want to just start doing meatless Mondays, you want a recipe, ask me. Like, honestly, I care so much for these animals and the environment, and honestly, that's one of the biggest things you could possibly do.
Absolutely.
If not to help the environment, is to cut out your contribution to animal products.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily like the animals themselves that are the problem. It's the land that we're farming in the areas of deforestation.
Yep. Methane emissions too.
Methane emissions to like raise these animals. It just takes so many resources.
And yeah, Twin City or Minneapolis specifically won Veg News Nationals City of the Year for 2018. Minneapolis is the best city in the States to be vegan in.
We are winners.
It is easy to
beat
do it
Portland.
Yep, and LA.
Huh. And I would think San Francisco is more vegan than LA.
LA's got a lot of options, but
yeah. San Francisco just seems like they insist upon things like that.
They're,
All right.
they're vegan because it's trendy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. San Francisco is the trend. So turning into, let's talk about friendships and relationships and men's roles. So we know that you are a healthy masculinity advocate. You were at our festival at the Galactic Get Down with a sign talking about it. I know you had some heated discussions. Oh, there's like the first picture of us together.
Yeah, ever.
Not even on purpose. I'm just like,
That's at Valhalla.
Can I?
The last one. That's a good one.
That's me in that
Nailed
picture.
it.
I only make so many different faces. There's like 4. But healthy masculinity is important to you and to a lot of us in the scene. And it seems in today's society that boundaries are more blurred and less respected than ever before. How can us men, you and me, be better friends to women and maintain a healthy masculinity, especially when interacting with each other?
I think the first thing that everybody should do, and again, I'm just one person, I have a lot of learning to do, but from my experience, the first thing to do is admit you're not perfect, you've made mistakes,
Oh, yeah.
and just make the conscious effort of being a more respectful, kind person and staying true to your core values and morals every single day. You know, and accept the past is the past. Everybody's fucked up. Everybody's done something wrong. Some worse than others, but you got a choice to wake up tomorrow and be a more respectful person or live in your past.
Yeah, and because I mean, especially with the Me Too movement, I learned so much about what a woman goes through. I mean, like, you know, I've lived my whole life. I was, 28, 29, or 29 whenever all that started, and you learn so much about what women have to deal with social media and more women coming out about it. You know, I guess I always knew it was a problem that, there are dangers going out, but like, good Lord. You know what I mean? Like, just this influx, it's really opened my eyes personally, and I feel bad for being so ignorant. Or at least just not thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like, thinking about it,
Well, and it's a societal issue, too. It's programmed into us from the time we're small kids, and, boys are generally raised to believe that you can express happiness and anger, and that's all that's acceptable. Luckily, I was granted with very loving and compassionate mother and father that did not teach me that way. But I still battled that from other male role models, teachers, uncles, whatever it might be. But breaking away from that, we like to, with our healthy masculinity group, we like to get together every so often and talk about, unloading our feelings and not repressing them. Because when you repress, that plus, high levels of testosterone, that's an equation for aggressive behavior. But yeah, being an ally to women, also kind of breaking down the stigma that men can want more than just sex. You can, honestly, more than half of my best, closest friends are women, and this is a realization I had recently, and it feels amazing.
Yeah.
And to know that you can have a beautiful friendship and get so much from that, but it doesn't have to get physical. It can.
Well,
That's
no,
not a bad thing
because
either,
we've
but-
had so many friendships in our lives with men, and of course it didn't get physical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if you're a straight man, or whatever you decide to do, you can be friends with the people that you're attracted to and not have sex with them, and not even try, not even allude to it.
And the friend zone doesn't have to be a bad thing.
No. Yeah.
Friend zone's a great thing.
I'd say
You don't
literally
complicate
everyone,
relationships.
is in the friend zone
Yeah.
for me, except for my old wife over there. She's watching in the ottle room, or else I'd point at her, but she's over there. Let's see. Going with healthy themes. Do you have any words of wisdom about taking better care of yourself, your body, and looking out for others in light of all these recent tragedies? We've lost a lot of people in our scene, especially over the last, year, 2, 5 years, like a lot of people, and then as we grow older and start to be more responsible and realize kind of just our own mortality. The older I get, the more you realize, like, well, this isn't working the way it used to. Everything's changing. It's like, so what do you do?
I guess the biggest thing I would recommend personally would be what you put in your body, whether that's foods, alcohol, drugs, whatever it could be, and make sure you're doing what makes your body feel good. I mean, every body is different, but also there's a fine line between use and abuse.
Right.
And not a lot of people get that. Same go not just for drugs and alcohol, but also for food.
Yep.
You know, people get addicted to fast food.
And behavior.
That's a great one too.
Video games. I use video games to check out, but I mean that's really easy for someone to play video games in order to not have to deal with their life. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I love it because it's one of the only ways. I just started playing Kingdom Hearts again, and it's one of the only ways I can just stop my brain from thinking about tomorrow and next week and the next thing and this calendar and this dates and whatever. It's like, okay. But I can see how it could easily just be like, I'm not going to do anything today.
Yeah, and you know, on top of just what you ingest and, you know, behaviors also, I guess going along with behaviors is, you know, exercise, stretching is huge. I've been trying to force myself to do that more. Yeah. Not always the best with it, but I mean, you know, being musicians, we got to stretch our hands, dude.
Yeah, you'll get hurt. You know, you'll hurt yourself.
Like, sitting in a desk 8 hours a day, if that's what you do for work like me, you know, you got to stretch. You got to take care of yourself because I'm 26 and I've already started developing back problems. Yeah. So that's not cool.
I noticed a good shift in my body about 28, 29. And I mean, you know, like where I just started to be like, okay, I really don't, you know, it takes days to recover from things that used to take hours. You know, it's just like, okay, so you change your behavior. Or I change my behavior.
Yeah, and I guess one last thing on that is so food, what you ingest, the exercise, those are all variables, and a lot of people can, you know, blame their bad health on genetics, and yes, that is a variable, but the good part is you've got all these other things like what you put in your body, how active you are, all these things that can completely reshuffle your deck. Right. So just because a family member had you know, diabetes or cancer of some sort doesn't necessarily mean you are doomed to that same fate. Right. You're in control of what you put in yourself. And
and you can at least, you know, try and nudge it in the other direction. Yeah. You know? And it's a lot of those prophecies are self-fulfilling anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's really simple when you break it down. But it's so much easier to say than it is to make those decisions in the moment. Yeah. You know, I would say.
And I guess one last thing on that topic, too.
You do it.
For mental health with that also, because that's a huge play in it. One thing my mom always taught me, and I will always live by this because people look around and see me out, you know, at a show or something and say, oh, well, that guy's drinking beer, or maybe he was smoking something, I don't know. But everything in moderation, including moderation.
I say that.
Treat yourself sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, you know, and like treat yourself, don't hurt yourself. But you know, you gotta do indulge. I mean, or else sometimes it's the only, you know, some of the times you feel the most alive and present, especially with the right people.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
What I mean? So I agree with that. Everything in moderation, including moderation. Yeah. You know, and with alcohol, me personally, like I just wasn't able. I wanted to turn it down. I wanted to turn the knob down. I wanted to drink less. I wanted to be less. And when I drank, didn't want to drink as much, and I couldn't do it. Like I just couldn't do it, so I had to stop it altogether. It was just like I wish I could have like gotten to a point where I was like, okay, I'm comfortable drinking this much, but like it never happened. I had to just stop.
That's okay too, man. Like same thing with me with the animal products. I had to just cut it out.
Like, nope, not even a little bit.
Cool for that, but
not even a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, it's different for everybody. You know, and I've seen people do all sorts of things way more responsibly than I ever would. Traveling. We're moving on from all this serious business. Traveling. It's good for the soul. You've done a lot of it. What are some of your favorite places you've been? Where do you want to go? And let's get a picture of that painted van.
The van of solitude. Some of my better years. So I've spent probably 6 months total living in the van, but was driving it and traveling around with it for at least 2 or 3 years. But yeah, so I don't have the van anymore.
I don't remember the van.
That was from about 20 to 23 is when I had that. And yeah, it took me across the coast, the West Coast, and back through the mountains. I mean, all over the place.
I love that.
My favorite place in my favorite town on the West Coast is Arcata, California. A lot of people don't like it.
John likes it.
Yeah, Arcata's dope, man. I personally love hanging out with the street kids.
Is it like a punk rock town?
It's kind of like hippy dippy, but there's definitely punk rockers there too. But yeah, it's a town of a lot of street people and, you know, people that don't necessarily live on the street. But and every Saturday or Sunday they've got a farmers market that's like a mini music festival in the town square. You're walking down the street and somebody's like, "Hey, nice hair. You want a joint?" There you go.
And it's California.
Yeah, it's California.
recreational
So
there now,
who
right? Yeah. Well,
cares?
I toured there. I was there with Space Monkey Mafia, and it definitely is recreational.
Oh yeah,
I was
yeah.
there.
But place I really want to go sometime soon would probably be New Orleans.
Oh, me too.
I've never been there. And
I've never been there, and especially in the wintertime.
Yeah, I might be planning a trip there February. It's kind of on the fence right now. But...
If maybe I'll go to Hawaii in February. We'll see what the people's choose.
Yeah. Vote for Joe.
Vote for Joe for Flow.
Shut it.
Yeah, but if I am not one of the chosen Hawaii flyers, I will. Might go to New Orleans. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Going back to music, it seems it's very healing and therapeutic for me and for you for what we do. What are some of your current musical projects, upcoming parties / events / shows?
Okay,
So plug it up.
Okay, so shows are on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but there's 2 bands. My main project is Sammy Strings and the Can of Bliss. Find that on Facebook. Sammy Strings and the Can of Bliss. We just released our new song, which we're going to listen to shortly, called Burning Down Christmas. It's an anti-commercialized Christmas song. One quote that I like in the song is, "I've got nothing against the spirit of giving, but I hate that it's more important what kind of gifts you'll be getting." And there's a lot of irony and metaphors in the song, and it gets kind of dark, but just remember that.
Darkness is important.
Yes.
There's no light without the darkness. You got to balance it out.
Exactly.
The closer you are to light, the darker the shadow becomes.
Yeah. And we recently added a new guitarist, Forrest Rasmussen, into Sammy Strings and the Can of Bliss. Our bass player, Adam, is out in LA for work for a few more months. So
It must be rough being there right now.
Super. But he'll be back in a few months, so we'll probably start gigging again around April.
That's not a bad time to get back on the road, man.
Yeah. And then Wheelchair Jimmy, which we're kind of working on a new name right now. Haven't really set in stone that. But we're more like of an alt rock kind of vast array of different kinds of styles.
And you guys played at Shang in the Om Dome?
Yep, we played at Shang in the Om Dome.
I was camping right by there.
We had a house show at my place for a Merry Schmitzmas party / vegan Friendsgiving.
Schmitzmas.
Yes, and that's also where we shot the music video for Burning Down Christmas. So.
And then that'll be out hopefully before Christmas?
Yeah. So we're shooting for before Christmas.
So I will, once that is out, I will of course put that on the show.
Oh yeah.
So you'll be on it again, but vicariously. That's John's company. Vicarious Vision. Jon Marin and his lovely wife Crystal are here.
And
John's been doing all the live stream, and he did the filming.
Yep, he's the one who filmed the video.
And are you editing it too, John?
I am.
Yes.
Yeah. So
It's gonna be awesome.
it's gonna be awesome. Crystal says.
Shooting the video was an absolute blast. That's the 4th production video of sorts that I've made. By far the most fun I've ever had in a production shot.
Nice, most fun Jon Marin's ever had shooting anything.
And
Our
the
kids are part of it.
And their kids are in it.
Yeah, their kids
The
handed
little
out the
Marins.
beers. But I think the most fun part of that whole music video, I mean, it was all fun to shoot, but my longtime buddy, Matt Barrett, who we've been friends since we were 5, we wanted a scene where he was bonging a beer, right?
Yeah.
And John's like, well, like we've been saying this whole time, we need 3 or 4 takes. So Matt, back to back, just beer after beer bong. Oh,
You need different angles.
Yeah.
It only lasts so long.
It was hysterical. And he didn't like a chant, man.
Yeah, he did.
Props to him.
Man, I was never good at those.
Me neither.
Never good at that. Never good at beer bongs. Never good at that. All right, so that's what's coming up. We're gonna see if it works out. We're going to comment on the video on this song, "Burning Down Christmas," as it happens. Otherwise, we'll just sit here and shred whilst it plays. You can pretend to play it. Burning Down Christmas.
Yeah, that's the shred right there.
On the 5th day of Schmitzmas, my true love gave to me 5 racks of Schmitz, 4 racks of Schmitz, 3 racks of Schmitz, 2 racks of Schmitz, and a rack of Schmitz, and a bottle of Rumple Mix.
got nothing against the spirit of giving, but I hate that it's more important what kind of gifts you'll be given. One last message that I've got for the children. Hey kid, there's no such thing as Santa Claus. It's Christmas. Get Santa's gonna slide you all with eggnog spiked with fentanyl. Look who's laughing now. Oh, it's Christmas. Don't forget to send your death wish list. Grab your credit cards and slit your wrists and drown in your bloody gifts. Yeah, it's Christmas. Get Santa's gonna slide you all with eggnog spiked with fucking fentanyl. Look who's laughing now. Oh, it's Christmas. Don't forget to send your death wish list. Grab your credit cards and slit your wrists and drown in your bloody gifts. Oh yeah.
Man, who needs Christmas when you got Schmitzmas? You know what they say, a 30 rack a day keeps the doctor away. October 13th through December 31st, motherfuckers. Peace.
Live. Yep. Well, that was fun. Rock out.
Yeah.
Shred sesh.
So, yeah, I think one little thing I want to note about that song, too, with recording the video for it, if you guys caught that line in the little bridge breakdowny part, hey, kid, there's no such thing as Santa Claus. I should have ran this by you before doing it, John, but heat of the moment when we were filming it in my living room, one section, John's youngest, Isabel, was standing kind of right in the middle of the room and a bunch of people were around, and I just point at her and go, hey, kid! There's no such thing as Santa Claus! And she goes and runs away like this.
That's perfect for the video. I mean,
Oh, God.
maybe she didn't believe you.
Yeah.
I pretended to believe in Santa Claus a lot longer than I actually did.
Oh, I did too.
Like, oh yeah, Santa. I love it.
She's been very intensely into the Tooth Fairy this week, so I feel like Santa Claus is still safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Merry Schmitzmas from all of us. Let's see. So, make sure to check out. You can download that song, Get Punk Rock, from, what is it, Bandcamp? Is it Bandcamp?
Yep. So if you guys want to check out our music, actually, SSCOB, that's our acronym, Sammy Strings, Can of Bliss, SSCOB.bandcamp.com. And there you can download for free our new single, Burning Down Christmas. And we are having holiday specials for everything else. So we've got everything half off except for the vinyls. So it's $2.50 for a digital download of 14 songs. That's 70 minutes of original music. Physical copy with bonus digital download is only $5.
Wow.
And for a discounted $20, you can get a 2-piece vinyl, CD, and digital download. And honestly, vinyls are fucking expensive.
They
to
are.
make.
They're really expensive.
So we're pretty much giving them away at that price.
We just want you to have the music. I did a 50% off sale for Black Friday. I was like, well, I just want people to have it. You know, you just want people to have the music.
Yeah.
Even if you never open it, never listening to it, vinyl is sexy.
Yeah, vinyl is sexy. I have the Sammy Strings vinyl over there.
Oh yeah.
And I still haven't opened it because I don't have a record player yet. But it'll be worth more later.
Yes.
So with that, we're a little past the hour. I got to get to my show. I'm going to see Tom York. Don't forget. But Sammy, thank you so much for coming over.
Yeah, thanks,
Dude,
Joe.
it's
Thanks for
awesome.
having me, man.
And make sure to check out Sammy Strings, Can of Bliss, Smokin Joe. We'll be doing stuff. And then also make sure to, mark your calendars for Monday. Early bird tickets go on sale for the Galactic Get Down, July 18th through the 20th, 2019. This nice teaser art by Dizzle Arts. JD Hernandez did that. I, of course, did the text. He does the art. And then Tex did the digitization in the background and stuff. So it's a team effort on this one. The Galactic Get Down, July 18th to the 20th, with July 20th being the 50-year anniversary of the Man on the Moon.
Which happened.
Shred it. I don't have the thing, but still. Anyway, thank you. Is there anything else I'm supposed to plug? Nope, that's it. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and I will play us out.
Because I'm with you through thick and thin. Whatever trouble you are in, I don't care whatever you do. Just know that I love you. Oh, 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 I love you. You know, sometimes you got troubles. So many troubles. They're getting you down. But you don't have to worry about your troubles no more, 'cause well, I'll always be around, because I'm with you through thick and thin. Whatever trouble you are in, I don't care whatever you do. Just know that I love you. Oh,